This week we're looking at several chapters from the text, starting with chapter 1. Basically, what I'm looking for you to do within these chapters is to skim through the pages, and if there's something that strikes you, certainly make note of that. In my notes here, I'm just trying to hit some of the high points for you. Chapter 1 was really twofold: purpose, audience, and tone. Well, I guess that's three, but really purpose and audience, because your tone is reflecting on your audience specifically. The purpose is they give you these four things that you really want to do. Many of us can reflect effectively. Informing is going to be reliant again on your audience and what your audience knows. Persuasion, again, audience related. And then evaluatory, that's going to be like a movie review, something like that, where you have a specific understanding of something and you're trying to convey that to someone else. With your audience, this is where it gets a little tricky because so many of you are so technological. Your audience in a text message is probably very personal. Your audience, when you get to, like a Facebook post, is somewhat personal, but then you also have that public aspect to it because you could have people reading it who are not your close friends. When you're sending something to, an employee-employer, someone along that lines, it could be relaxed, but again, you want to err on something that's more formal. If whatever you've put into print goes into your personnel file, how are you going to feel about that? And as a student, you always want to be formal for your instructors because certainly some of you are going to have this awesome tone, this understanding that comes along with your words, and I think that's great, but at the same time, you want to make sure that your instructors understand that you know how to do things properly. And the way that you're going to convey that is by going through and having a very formal tone. Again, your tone is something that comes with your words. You have objective and subjective. And a nice mixture of both in your writing works very well. Of course, if you're doing something that's, just very, very scientific, you're going to have just the facts themselves. But in the course of this class, in English 101, we do have a mixture of the two.